Alrighty then.
All right.
Coming around the corner very soon is going to be E3.
Yeah.
And E3, and it's interesting because it's hard to say, because this is a weird kind of, I want to say, a loaded question topic. But obviously E3 is going to have a lot of cool stuff there, et cetera, et cetera. But what we're concerned about is what kind of cool fighting game stuff is going to show up at E3, right? But the reason why, in my opinion, it's kind of a loaded question these days is because what kind of cool fighting game stuff is going to be announced at E3? But nowadays, they save a lot of that for EVO. EVO had way more fighting game announcements than, E3, and that's because, like, even just when they revealed Cody at Combo Breaker, the crowd reaction was awesome. It was cool to show that,
Right.
and EVO's going to have the same thing. When Geese came out, like, the entire stadium almost flipped the stage, you know what I mean? Like, the response was nuts.
Ridiculous, yeah.
So, the two questions is, one, what fighting game announcements do you feel like are going to show up at E3? Two, do you think there is even going to be any announcements?
For sure, yeah. I've read that Capcom is scheduled to show off Street Fighter something, so I don't know what it's going to be. I would be surprised if it was something significant. Like, I'd be surprised if it was a new character because the Cody reveal is so fresh, and he hasn't actually even come out yet.
Yeah, exactly.
They've been doing a new character release every 2 months-ish, so I feel like we're going to see G in... Probably at EVO, I guess, in August, something like that.
Oh, yeah, that's probably
right?
true. That's probably true.
So that's my guess when it comes to Street Fighter.
And that will be the only Capcom reveal.
Probably.
And the trailer will probably
be
bugged
weird
in
looking,
some
yeah.
way, you
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
Anyway.
For sure. That's my guess there. I'd be super surprised. I'd be flabbergasted if there was any Marvel news.
Right.
What? I can't believe it. Like that degree of craziness.
I mean, obviously, we know
Not
that
happening.
Smash 5 is coming out. Smash Switch is going to be at E3. They've already announced that. They've already had all the, talking about the people who are going to play in the exhibition.
Right, there's exhibition.
We know about that already.
Right.
Is there anything else you think that may show up?
I do expect MK11.
Oh, yeah.
I expect it.
Okay.
I would be surprised, not hugely, but I'd be surprised if it wasn't announced.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's over the last, what is it now? MK9 to Injustice, MKX, Injustice 2. Every 2 years in spring, they have announced the next game. Each time they've announced it before E3, if I recall correctly, because I remember going to each time at E3 and like seeing the next build. I mean, it's never in a state where they like let you play it unless you're fancy, which I'm not. But it's always already there.
Or are you?
Well, I haven't been in the past, I can tell you that.
Sure, Landsies will let you go and play it and stuff
We'll
like
see.
that, right?
Actually, it would be pretty cool. I'll check it out. But I mean, I don't know anything for now. I just would be surprised if not, because that's been the pattern each time. And some people expected it at Combo Breaker because of the location. Chicago is where NRS is.
And
they have a lot of connections there.
Yeah,
the MK9 and MKX, which they both put in money for. Right, start of the IPS. So there were a lot of things that seemed like it might lead into that. But if that didn't work, then I think this is it. And Ed Boon is constantly on Twitter hinting that it's coming. Constantly.
Right.
Every week.
Yeah.
Multiple times a week he's doing it. So... he part of his role is the troll, and he does a good job of it, but I would still be surprised if it didn't come. And if it doesn't come there, for sure it's at EVO.
Right.
For sure.
Okay.
So, if it doesn't come, I'd be happy. I mean, I don't want it. I want to wait a little while. I want more than 2 years on an NRS game to actually explore it and have fun with it.
But here's the good news.
Hasn't happened yet.
Here's the good news, though. With Combo Breaker and all these events, we've seen a lot of events where they've been playing MKXL at the same event that an Injustice 2 has. Perhaps the NRS community is turning a corner.
That'd be great.
And if MK11 comes out, they keep playing Injustice 2.
I hope so. Hope so. I strongly doubt it, but I would love it. For sure. So I think that's what I'm betting on. Maybe like some new official info about the characters coming in BBTAG DLC. They're all leaked, I guess, but maybe some official info.
Okay.
And then maybe some wild Smash reveal. Like there's a rumor going around that Snake is going to be in it again.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. As far as I know, it's only a rumor, but Yeah, we'll see.
I saw some other people talking. I guess there's some Tekken 7 rumors that like Anna and Marduk are going to get announced or something.
I've heard that as a rumor, but I don't have any extra info on that. I've also heard a rumor that Spawn is going to be doing something somewhere
in one of the games.
Who knows, dude?
Played by Jamie Foxx. Yeah. Because, I mean, that movie, I guess, is coming out, and I guess Jamie Foxx is going to be Spawn, so it seems like the right time for it to be a kind of, promotional tie-in thing. Although, for Smash, though, Smash is probably not going to be coming out for a while, I would imagine,
probably not.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. With an exhibition being playable to that degree, who knows, right? But, it might just be a surprise. But I was thinking, but they wouldn't put Spawn in Smash. Like that.
No,
they wouldn't be. Okay, so never mind. Forget
absolutely
it.
not.
Dude, Mighty Number 9 and Cuphead. Cuphead would be cool.
Cuphead would be cool.
But I don't know how they would make him because he just shoots in 8 directions, right? So would you just be hitting A and like aiming in all the directions and just shooting?
Well, he has different guns.
Oh, that's true. He has all
and he has like
weapons.
Different escape moves.
Yeah, that's true. So
there's other stuff you could do. But what would his other normals be? That'd be a little different. I mean, it'd be like Mega Man, maybe.
Dude, that'd be sick if they announced the Virtua Fighter 6, as Kumarsh kind of hints at. That would actually be kind of cool.
It would be cool, but
it's not happening. So
probably not. But on top of that, I'd like to have a little bit more time.
Just
put in a little bit more time. Oh, maybe they'll announce Astaroth finally for Soul Calibur. Come on!
Hey, they announced the character I wanted in there, so Maxi. They announced it because the very first time I saw the kata displays on the attract mode and they did the nunchucks one, I was just like, this is the best looking video game thing I've ever seen in my life. And so like I've always, if I ever played a Soul Calibur, that's the character I would learn. You know what I mean? I've never played it, but for 6 coming out, Maxi is definitely the character I will try to pick up if I try to learn the game. So I try to learn the game. So
yeah, Astaroth, please.
I mean, the crazy thing about it though is that there's just been so many just random ass fighting games coming out all over the place. Do you think that there might even just be a chance for like something completely
totally new?
Yeah, totally new by a not like an indie kind of game, but like a big company like doing something.
Oh, you mean do I think that Fighters of the Storm is going to be announced, or that League of Fighters is going to be announced?
Well, that was what I was hinting at. But I mean, anything like that, I think there's a chance. Right? Yeah, like maybe even I guess KI2 would be a sequel. But like, what if someone was like War Gods? Coming midway decides to announce War Gods instead.
My reaction would be exactly the same as my reaction was when I heard that KI was coming back, which was, what are you doing? Why? The game was horrible.
Oh, man.
But they ended up doing a good job with it. So, hey,
honestly, Blizzard could have something on their hands with an Overwatch fighting game. That could actually work
Fighters
out
of the
really
Storm,
well.
dude.
Yeah, that actually would work out really well. So, but yeah.
Yes, it would be. I mean, they would treat it in the way that they treat their other games, I would think, which is that they patch pretty regularly.
Right. But see, I mean, that's the thing. Mendokusai is saying, like, I would love a Marvel vs. Capcom collection all the way back to Children of Adam, so Capcom and Marvel could fix their... It's just, you can't do it because Marvel is too powerful now. Marvel is just way too powerful now. I don't think that you could do anything to fight with Marvel, because if it's not just about, hey, let's make the game out, it's, hey, we're going to put this game out, you're going to pay us a bunch of this money and all this stuff because it's only going to be successful because it has Marvel's name on it, so you need to bow down to us and kind of stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's a tough situation, unfortunately. So.
I agree with you. Yeah, I think I'd be surprised. Yes, original KI was terrible.
Original KI and KI2 were both very terrible
bad games. New KI of the last several years, great game.
Yeah, great game. Mm-hmm.
Awesome game. Yep. But I think I'd be surprised to see anything like League of Fighters or Fighters of the Storm, just because, I don't know, there's been no hints about it. I think that something like that is coming eventually. I don't know that right now is the time, but look, I mean, Radiant's been hanging out at Riot for the last 2 years now. They got to be doing something.
Was TMNT announced at EVO? No, it wasn't, right? It was announced.
TMNT was announced at E-League.
That's what it was. That's where it was, right? Yeah, but I mean, look, some of these companies have done a pretty good job hiding secrets. The TMNT was a good secret. BBTAG was a surprise, even though there was the rumors of a Ruby fighter, and then it turned out it was BBTAG, right? A lot of people have done good jobs with keeping secrets, so who knows? But like I said, the biggest problem for me is that I bet you a lot of these things will be saved for EVO.
Oh, well, I think Dude816 is probably right that if there was something like that coming from Blizzard, it'd be announced at BlizzCon.
Oh, yeah, that's
that seems pretty likely to me.
True too.
But Riot, League of Fighters, maybe.
Yeah.
I just, like I said, I don't think it's coming now, but I do expect it to come at some
they
point.
would probably announce League of Fighters at an LCS World Championships
That could be
as well,
too, yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
okay.
Announce it in front of world's largest stadium. Why not?
Exactly.
Instead of just tiny little E3.
Oh, man. Okay. All right. Well, that's enough for E3 speculation. Well, before we move on to anything else, is there anything at E3 that you're looking forward to or hoping gets announced non-fighting game related?
Not fighting game related, huh? Here's a story about my recent non-fighting game related video game time. I accidentally played Civilization 6 for 10 hours over the course of a day and a half.
Oh, shoot.
And then I uninstalled it.
Just because it was like, oh crap, you can't do this again.
Can't do this.
Okay.
So I haven't been playing anything but fighters for a little while now.
Okay.
It's totally accidental.
Dude, I get it.
For sure.
Get it.
I don't mean to. It's just like all of a sudden 10 hours
have passed.
So like I played it for 6 hours one evening until the wee morning, which is really rare for me. And then I got up and I had breakfast and then I played it for like about 4 more hours and I was like deleted.
Right.
Yeah. And it wasn't like I was playing it and mid-turn I was like, I shouldn't be doing this. It was like something external happened. Like I got a call or like, somebody came in or whatever. Somebody knocked on the door and I was like, wait, what?
Wait, I'm in a real civilization, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, one more turn syndrome is exactly what it is.
It's killer.
Dude.
So I haven't really been paying attention to other games.
Yeah, it was funny because the one more turn syndrome, I was walking through Combo Breaker and I saw Tasty Steve and Ryan Hunter playing some Guilty Gear in the hallway. And I saw them playing and Ryan Hunter won and Steve was like, one more game. And like Nakil was standing there and everybody and I was like, I looked at him and I was like, that is the number one lie told by all fighting game players. The number one lie. One more game.
Yeah.
One more game is the number one lie told by all fighting game players.
Even when you're at an arcade and the arcade operator comes in and he's like, hey guys, one more game. We're literally turning the power off. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh yeah, totally. Hit start.
Guaranteed, dude. So.
No, Gentle Snow. My girlfriend wouldn't have walked out. I don't have a girlfriend.
What?
I don't have a girlfriend anymore.
I was just saying, you're what?
That's what he said.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, that's right. You're what? I was like, what? Anyway, let's talk about some fighting game news that has been coming up here recently. So, give some time for people in the chat to go nuts here. Let's see. I don't think people are getting it.
I know. They're
people
totally
are not getting it at all. Okay. No, come on, guys, dude. Okay, what? Anyways. High five, David.
High five. No, we can't. You can't really see it there.
Oh, you can't see it there. Okay.
So Viscant was watching CB with his girlfriend, and he sent me a text, and he was like, "Hey, my girlfriend wants to know what the deal is with the ring on your finger." So yeah, hey, I got married.
Yep, that's right.
It was a little while ago now.
Yeah, it was even before Combo Breaker. Just barely though. But yeah. That's why we kept making little jokes.
I know, nobody picked up on it.
And when you slammed your hand on the table and it made that loud noise, do it again. Like people didn't understand that one either, dude. People didn't understand
everybody,
that one. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's talk about some fighting game stuff that's coming up. Fighting game news. Did I change the topic? I did not. Look at me being all good about that and everything like that. Events, as I usually start with, Evo has announced their leaderboard. It's still the exact same thing, but it is Dragon Ball FighterZ in the lead, Street Fighter V Arcade Edition in second, third place Tekken, fourth place Smash Melee, fifth place Smash Wii U, sixth place BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, seventh place Guilty Gear, and rounding out the bottom at eighth place is Injustice 2. Now, obviously, for us, just Injustice and Guilty Gear being at the bottom makes us sad, etc., etc. But there's one thing that's kind of important is that Smash has always been like number 2 or 3. Right. And so Street Fighter V and Tekken and Dragon Ball all being above Smash is pretty significant.
For sure, I agree with you.
But there's two ways to look at it. One is that those games are just growing massively, and Dragon Ball obviously just the new kid on the block, and Tekken 7 has just been exploding. Or 2, Smash players don't want to go to EVO anymore because they cry and complain about it all the time, right? So which one do you feel like it's more likely?
Little column A, little column B. Tekken, I'm sure, has been growing a lot. Well, at every other event it has been, so I'm sure EVO is the same. That said, I think there's probably some of the second as well. Why not? I mean, I think I'd be surprised if it ended up being that Melee and Wii U had the same number of entrants this year as they do last year, and also Tekken had more than that.
Right.
Because then Tekken's having like high 2000s.
Yeah.
And that doesn't seem likely to me.
There's a Smash Con the week later or something like that.
Oh,
so
dang,
Smash
all right.
Con is a week later. Okay.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Well, there you
Bummer.
go. So there's a big Smash Con, so maybe a lot of people are saving their vacation for that instead.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, that could be.
Okay. But that's the situation.
I think it is interesting that, as you say, Smash is not the second biggest, and also that Street Fighter is not the biggest. So there are definitely some changes happening afoot around.
I know one of the things that Commander Jesse has been working on is he's been helping out with the Body Count Fighting group a lot, and they've announced Body Count Fighting 6 announced for June 12th. Adds massive prize pool for title match here. And so basically they're going to have title fights for Dragon Ball with Super Noon versus the Kill Sage. They're also going to have Phenom versus Smug there as a title match for Street Fighter V, and Scar versus Theo in Injustice 2.
It's hard to get bigger headliners than those. Like,
they
really did a good job with that.
That's really good headlining there.
That's awesome.
And then feature fights, they're going to have De'Aaron Fox versus Terrell Owens in Dragon Ball FighterZ.
What?
I think that's... Wait.
Like the football players?
I think it is.
What?
Wait, is that actually them?
I can't. The faces are too small for me to see.
Yeah, I know, because I mean we have a Tom Brady in our community, for Christ's sakes, right? So I'm like, but I mean from the pictures, it's dudes in jerseys.
What? Oh, it's Fox's. I don't know. I don't follow sports anymore.
Right,
okay, so we have sports people.
Is it actually sports people playing?
Dang, that's wild,
it's
man.
Definitely that's cool. Okay.
That is, yeah.
And then in Dragon Ball,
I'm not going to want to watch that, but that's really awesome.
Dragon Ball FighterZ, they're going to have Marn versus Toki. Cloud 805 versus Hook King God is not a premiere. I mean, that's a great fight too.
Yeah, wow.
Guilty versus Lord Dear God. Oh my God. Eli the Curry versus LPN. Eric C, the Fang player, versus cool. Commander Jesse, and Prodigy versus Nubcakes in Injustice 2.
Oh, very cool. Those are really good lineups.
Yeah, that's really cool. So that's going to be streamed live on twitch.tv/BC Tuesday, June 12th. At 5 p.m. Pacific time. So
on what? And you can go there. You can actually watch it.
Oh yeah, you can go there. You can get free tickets on the BCF6 Eventbrite page. So just go to Eventbrite and just do a search for Body Count Fighting, and I'm sure you'll be able to find it.
What's the Twitch there?
Is Eric C a Monat player now?
Oh yeah. Well, no. So he plays Fang. On stream at Combo Breaker, he played Monat because he was playing against
like a Cammy or something.
Monat.
Oh, okay,
and Fang versus Monat's really tough, so he would rather play the mirror than his...
Okay, gotcha.
Anyway, what's the Twitch?
It was twitch.tv/BC Fighting.
Got it.
BC Fighting. So definitely check that out. That is going to be next week. It's going to be really excited. Brought to you by Machinima. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the games there, and it says community support from SRK, Tekken... I can't. The graphic is really blurry. In any case, they're doing a lot of cool things at Body Count Fighting, so
Agreed.
Good stuff to them. So there you go. So that's coming up next week. Some gaming news here. Tekken 7 received some first anniversary DLC update, so they added some new customization that you can do. And so, like, there's apparently Kuma can be turned into like some crazy like skeleton bear kind of thing and stuff like that. Story mode costume sets have been added, new auras and stuff, new Bob hairstyles and stuff like... Oh, not hairstyles for Bob, but female hairstyles, including the wave ponytail and the Bob hairstyle.
Yeah.
Okay. And new Japan stuff, so Bullet Club stuff. New Okada T-shirt for King, new Kenny Omega T-shirt for Bryan, etc., etc. So a lot of cool new things that were added to the game very recently.
All right.
Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection is not out in Japan yet. People have been wondering about that, but the announcement has now been, it is going to be coming out in fall.
What?
And it is, it was delayed in Japan. So the release date was marked to be determined. We now have a release window. It was supposed to be in the fall. We apologize for this trouble. It may have caused for those of you looking forward to it, but please wait a little longer for additional new information besides the release period, according to Tomoaki Ayano. Now, the reason why I think that this might actually be happening is because there's definitely significant differences between American and Japanese versions in some case, right? Like, I'd be curious because I was talking about this on stream last night, Balrog in Champion Edition not being able to hit crouchers with the dash punch. Yeah. I heard in the Japanese version he was.
Oh, wow.
Of Champion Edition, and it was too good, so they took it out of the American version. They couldn't figure out how to balance it. They just nerfed him to the point where he sucked.
Wow.
I cannot corroborate that because back then nobody had real information, but that's what I was told way back then. So it'd be really interesting if they changed it to like make it accurate to the Japanese versions that they're useful, etc., etc. So curious to see how that's going to go, but that's going to be, and it's also going to be called Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection International. And in fact, in the international version, if I'm not mistaken, of Super Turbo, old Zangief has the teleport SPD glitch.
Is that so?
I think so. On only the international version. On the US version, it is not there. But apparently in the international version, it's still there with old Zangief. So things like that might be changed between the versions. So maybe they're actually trying to do that. So, other news, Soul Calibur, as I mentioned, they just announced Maxi is returning to it. Looks like Elvis again, which is what he always looks. But apparently he's back into the fold with his signature nunchucks, and so I will be excited to see that. I haven't seen the trailer yet. I'll probably go and try to do that when I have an opportunity to.
I mean, he's up against like an 8-foot-tall guy wielding a giant axe. He brings nunchucks.
Yeah, he would get his ass kicked.
Nunchucks?
For sure, yeah. I mean, if it was Bruce Lee with nunchucks, dude, I mean, come on, dude, come on. I mean, they were designed to smash rice, right? I mean, that's exactly what they were.
Is that really?
Yeah, basically you like smash the rice with them back and forth, but they were developed in a monk temple where weapons were not allowed, so people learned how to use those things as weapons to
That's a real story?
I think so. That's what I've been told.
Man.
That's what I've been told. I could be making up fake lore, repeating fake lore, but that is definitely what I've heard.
Cool, dude.
So, yeah. And I was told this by a friend who is really into martial arts and Bruce Lee and has nunchucks, right? So, and has nunchucks. Let's see. Fighting EX Layer has gotten an official release date now.
Oh, I'd missed this.
On June 28th, the PlayStation 4 Fighting EX Layer will be released. And so we will finally get that. And basically, for $40, you will get 12 characters and 5 Goki decks. So you'll have 5 of the crazy Goki system decks that they have. But if you pay for the full $60, you'll be getting those same 12 characters plus Hokuto, DLC character Hokuto, and 15 Gogi decks.
Okay.
So there you go. So I'm sorry, it's Gogi decks, not Goki decks.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's spelled wrong in one place like that. So interesting, $20 more for one character and 10 decks. Seems kind of strange, but that's the way that the pricing is. But I mean, this game is designed to just be fun, have a good time, and with the really cool characters again. So really cool. It's designed to be kind of broken fun, and I'm sure people will take that and try to make that as much of a real competitive fighting game as possible, as they have done with like Sailor Moon and all these other things. And as like Korea still plays Champion Edition for some strange reason. It's just the weirdest thing. I don't understand that at all.
Definitely weird.
Okay. See if I have some more game announcements here for you guys.
In trying the demo or the beta or whatever they called it, I thought it was a lot of fun.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't seem balanced at all, but it does seem a lot of fun.
Right. We mentioned this already. The new crossover costume is the Arthur costume for Ryu, where he has the armor and he has the big old beard. And apparently, if you put the code in, then he basically fights in the underwear instead. And I think that's hilarious. So good job to them with that.
Agreed.
So that's the new crossover costume. Let's see how long this lasts, see if it's done or not. Act before June 5th. Okay. If that means it's over, it might be over today, or it's still, there's like 2 hours left of it. But there was a sale on PlayStation, if you're a PlayStation Plus member, and they had a bunch of games for sale there. I'm not going to mention them all in case the sale is over already today, because that would make people mad. But check it out. Check it out if it is still going today. If anybody in the chat can confirm to me it's still going right now. Like if you look up Art of Fighting Anthology and it's 750 right now, that means it's still going. I don't know. MVCI was definitely on sale.
Yeah, MVCI, King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match.
Arcade Edition was on sale.
Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition and Under Night and Birth EXE latest.
That was probably the sale that we mentioned at Combo Breaker, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. So there you go.
Okay.
Okay. Some community stuff. The third part of the Street Fighter 30th retrospective came out, going over the Street Fighter 5-3 series, narrated by yours truly.
Yeah.
And so that one came out there. And actually, I felt like I did the best narration job on this one.
I thought it was really cool, dude. Yeah.
I thought it went really well.
I thought it was really good.
And honestly, one of and to be honest with you, like there was like a lot of comments about how the characters are really weird and stuff like that. I didn't write all that stuff, despite like I mean, like I had say in the in what was to be narrated, but that was already in there.
Okay.
So it wasn't me who put that in there. But I mean, one of the things. The sale has ended. Okay, cool. So one of the things that I want to mention is I do actually, now it's kind of secret. I do secretly like Third Strike a lot. Mm-hmm. But the problem with it is, like I said, one person kind of made me mad about it, and two, I still fundamentally dislike parries. Like that's the thing. So.
Pretty important part of the game.
Outside of that, like it used to be one of my favorite games to watch. I used to download a bunch of Third Strike videos from Japan because it was super entertaining and stuff like that. And I do like the game, and I know surprisingly a lot about the game.
That's true. I can vouch for that.
I don't actually know enough about it to be like the supreme expert, but I know a lot about the game. So it's not like I hate the game, I never play it, blah 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 blah, and all that stuff. Like I actually know quite a bit about the game. So, but the retrospective was cool. They also released the 3 parts of this documentary that they did, where they just talked to people about all the different stuff, and I know like they interviewed me for that, and I've been talking. Matt D was in there, Say Jam's in there a little bit. I mean, there's a little bit of frustration. I saw, Gerald was really upset about a lot of things, and I saw. I think it was like somebody else. Like, was it Jason Wilson or was it like somebody else? But like. They talk about a lot of the old school stuff, and like they talk to Punk's opinion about it and all this stuff. Literally did not go and look for Tomo or Mike Watson or even Nuki in Japan. Like they didn't talk to like a lot of the really old school people to talk about the old school stuff, and it was kind of unfortunate.
That is kind of unfortunate.
Missed opportunity, to be honest with you.
I agree with you on that.
I really felt like they only interviewed people like at Evo in Japan, and like they probably just didn't have the ability to do the hunt for
But like
Tomo
even still, maybe like Ricky and not Punk.
Right, exactly. But it's a cool. Oh, it was Mike Watson who was complaining about it. That's right.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but it's still an interesting documentary. There's still a lot of cool things going on in there, and all the OG people were just happy that I was actually able to talk about a lot of the old school stuff that was going on in there. So you can find that on YouTube as well. So
on Street Fighter YouTube?
Yeah, it's on Street Fighter YouTube. Like I didn't even know it had been released. I didn't even remember. Someone was like, "Good job in that documentary," whatever, and I was like, "What documentary?"
I've been there.
Then like they interviewed us at the last Evo, and even in the 30th anniversary trailer with that comment where I'm like, the quarters were lined up, you just didn't play against people, came from that interview.
I see.
And so I actually repeat it in that documentary as well. So there you go.
Alrighty.
But both of that stuff is out. Other community things, Born Free has done a lot more interviews at Combo Breaker. He has one where he's talking to JB. And then he also had a really long interview, because it's part 1, but he has a really long interview session with Tokido.
Yeah, very interesting too.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, so you actually got the chance to see it then.
I recommend it. Yeah, I mean, not just about the game itself. In fact, that might not even been the majority of it, but like mindset and history and stuff like that. Very, very interesting.
Okay, cool. Core A Gaming also has a new video as well that talks about arcade sticks.
Okay.
I guess it's making a case for arcade sticks as opposed to the pad players, which I think is funny because I know there's a lot of people who want to go to pad now because pads are kind of stronger in a lot of ways these days.
He focuses on how they're not just on their performance, but on how customizable they are, which is nice.
Yeah.
It is nice.
I mean, I still am flabbergasted people haven't customized sticks for Tekken. Like,
what do you mean?
Just so you could do the instant while runnings and electric god fists for free, basically.
Directions on
Yeah. I
the right
still
side.
don't know why they haven't done that. Because if I had a button that was left and right, all you have to do is go forward, tap, and then tap down, and then hit 2 buttons at the same time. That's 100% electric. Because to do the electric is you have to hit the button the very first frame you get to the diagonal.
Well, I guess with the hitbox, you could do it. You could sort of breach the gap.
Yeah. You would have to breach the gap that way. And then also instant while running, if you blink it, you get instant while running almost 97% of the time, 95% of the time or something like that. So the hitbox is a little harder on that one because even coordinating between 2 hands is a little bit harder. But if you can do it on 1 hand, then all of a sudden it becomes
It makes sense, yeah.
stuff like that. So.
Well, I like sticks too, but I think in retrospect that I think pads are probably better.
One of the biggest advantage of pads right now, I mean, obviously one of the disadvantages is the crazy Bluetooth connection.
You don't have to have a wireless pad.
You don't have to have a wireless pad, but then also is that the motions that you do are less body, so when you're playing side by side, you give away less.
Yeah.
Joysticks actually, I mean, there's a reason why in the old school arcade days we had to learn how to play fighting games by doing body fakes.
Right.
We actually did body fakes.
Of course we did body fakes.
And it was funny because my best friend noticed that, when he watched me at Alpha 3 tournaments, he could always tell when I was going to fake an uppercut because I would...
More extreme.
I would get extreme, but then when I tried to uppercut, I would try not to move as much as possible,
I did the same.
And stuff like that. So, but that's the way it worked. You had to do body fakes back then. That's how Vi's fake cross-up Tatsu in Street Fighter 4 worked so well. Yeah.
Yeah. So by saying that I think pads are better, I don't mean necessarily that the inputs themselves are better, but it's just really nice to have something that costs like $30 to $50 that is basically the same every time.
Right.
That is most hand types can handle it well. Let's say even if you have the kind of issues that I do, it's still fine. So I think that overall they're probably better, and I like customizing. I mean, I make my own joysticks, so I enjoy that a lot. But I think that if I could go back in time and just make myself play pad from the very start, even in the arcade, which is of course impossible, but if I could do that, I probably would have done that.
Right. Okay.
Anyway.
All right. Last thing is that Hungry Box, Juan I've never known how to pronounce his last name.
I've never heard it said.
Debiedma?
Yeah, that's what my guess is Debiedma.
But I guess he joins Eon. So Eon is the organization. Where's this? Is there a description of what?
Yeah, go back up. Yeah, there was a little bit more.
Okay,
right there. The producers of the GCHD GameCube HDMI adapter.
Ah, there you go. Okay. But he's joined them officially as a brand ambassador and EA Sports liaison. So there you go.
Cool.
But I mean, that kind of reminds me when Mewtwo King is now the brand ambassador for Nintendo.
Right.
A brand
ambassador.
Yeah. But that's all I have for fighting game news and topics and stuff like that.
You bringing up body fakes reminds me the other day when we were playing Tecmo Bowl. So we went to this bar that had a Super Nintendo and a Genesis and stuff. Which was pretty sick, actually.
Nintendo anniversary
regular Nintendo, not Super NES. And it had Tecmo Bowl on it. Neither of us had ever played it, so we were playing it. But what makes me think about it is that I was sitting back kind of relaxing in the chair, and you were up forward, and I could totally see which play you were going to select. You stopped doing it, but for the first 5 plays, I got a touchdown really fast at the start. Because I could just see where you were.
That's so
I was
funny.
okay, I'll go that one, and then you stop doing it. So obviously
I didn't even know. I didn't even notice. Yeah. That was
really
that was like the Alex Myers Oil King thing.
Yeah.
But dude, even while we were playing, I started doing all these meta strategies and stuff like that. I would actually try to run my plays based on who you were controlling. And I noticed towards the end we started like trying to switch at the last second, and like
that seems like the game, right?
Yeah, like we were actually doing, and it was funny to me. Like I thought that was hilarious we were actually like already that fast. We were trying to like pick up on these little things like that. It was really cool.
It was really fun. It was fun. It doesn't seem like a great game, but it seemed like it's probably a great game for the time.
Well, so Tecmo Bowl apparently was not as good as Tecmo Super Bowl. Apparently Tecmo Super Bowl is where it was at.
Okay.
Except I don't remember which team he was on. It might have been the Raiders, but apparently like they base it off of the real life players. And there's this video that shows it. But like whatever team Bo Diddley was on, or no, not Bo Diddley, but that was his nickname, right? That was. I don't know. But whatever team he was on, you know, Bo knows football, Bo knows baseball. That guy.
Jackson.
Yeah, Bo Jackson. Yeah, whenever he was on,
I don't even
whenever
remember.
He was in whatever team he was on.
Bo Diddley. That was something.
No, that was his like character nickname.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Like, you know, something like that, I think. But in any case, he apparently goes so fast that like no one can catch him. Oh, yeah. And so if you found him, like there's a video up there of like some guy using him, and like the computer's chasing him, and he runs all the way to the end zone where he's about to score the touchdown, then runs all the way back to the other one, and then runs all the way back to the front, like, and he's just like taunting the whole entire time. Yeah, okay. It's like, okay, Bo Diddley was in the Nike ad with Bo Jackson. That's what it was. Thank you, Case.
Oh, he's a blues musician apparently.
Oh, Bo Diddley is a musician? Oh, well then Case Money is wrong too then. Okay.
No. Oh, what? No, not necessarily. He was in the Nike ad.
Oh, Bo Diddley was in the Nike ad with Bo Jackson. I see. Got it. Okay. There you go.
Somebody asked me where I got the sweater that has the inputs on it. It's from Broken Tier.
Yes, Broken Tier. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you noticed, but when we were going onto a plane recently, as I was walking onto this plane with the inputs on my chest, this lady was like, "Hey," like very suspiciously, like, "Hey, what are those? What's on your shirt?"
Oh, really?
Like,
was it suspicious?
Like, yeah, like worried, like, what's going on? What's going on there? Dang. You know? And I was just like, "It's for a video game," and she was like, "Okay, all right." She was really concerned.
That, like you were a cult member?
I don't know. That's my guess.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I guess you could also freak out people if you want.
That's terrifying, dude. What's funny about that too is that like the whole point you're supposed to wear that shirt is so that it's not obviously a video game
right
thing. And it's so not obviously a video game thing that it got people scared.
Yeah.
Oh
I should have asked why. Yeah, but I didn't think about it at the time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anything else that you want to talk about?
I had to buy a new TV. Thank you to DisplayLag.com for my recommendations.
Yes.
Previous TV was like 6 or 7 years old, and the sound stopped working. It never had great audio, but it stopped working entirely. So.
I mean, does it have an audio output? You know what I mean?
I don't think it did. It's very minimal.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking if it had that kind of thing, you could just hook up speakers.
Honestly, I didn't think about it at the time, but it's so minimal that I think I'd be surprised.
Right.
There's only one HDMI output. Anyway,
and plus the other thing too, getting a new TV right now is not a bad thing, right? So,
dude, it was maybe $250 for
right. Exactly. It's like
a 45-inch or something.
Right.
It's like I was like, what?
I mean, this TV.
It was like so cheap that we looked at it, like looked into the brand. It's like, are we just going to get taken advantage of? But apparently, it's good.
This TV in front of us right now was pretty cheap too, and this one was recommended by a Forwood as well. Okay. From DisplayLag, he was like, yeah, just get this one because he found the link and it was really cheap. It's surprising. It's a 40-inch TV. It has really good input. The DisplayLag. Yeah. Features so I can play on it. So
yeah, I definitely should have checked that it has an audio output, but I think I'd be surprised.
Okay. All right. Okay. I mean, I should probably go upstairs and grab myself a Blaze Blue Cross Tag battle so that I can actually.
Let me know if you want to get
some games in.
Walled Tagered.
Oh, dude, that'd be scary.
I'm just going to be jumping at you.
Oh, yeah, actually, that's probably something interesting to talk about, and I don't have any backstory on it.
Okay.
But Alucard is apparently retired from fighting games.
Oh, I think it's just SF5.
No, he's like selling everything. He's like selling all his joysticks. He's selling his monitor, his games monitor, and all this stuff like that. He is just like trying to like I don't know. Like, he's quitting cold turkey. I don't know any story behind it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sad to hear that. That's too bad.
Yeah, so I've heard about some of that. I don't know what the story is about that. He's even was like, hey, does anybody know if there's any jobs out there for this kind of position and stuff like that? So it seems like he's just...
trying to get a job and everything.
Yeah, he's just going out of it.
Well, okay, that's a bummer, man. I didn't know about that.
But yeah, I don't know the story behind it.
I thought it was just SFI. But yeah, all right, dude. I'll ask him.
Yeah, I see some people 10 hours straight playing Street Fighter 5. So we uninstalled it. Oh, man. Yeah. Not Alucard from New York. Alucard from the Midwest who moved to New York and now is back in the Midwest.
Right.
So from Detroit, Alucard from Detroit. Because there is an Alucard in New York who plays Smash Brothers, right?
And Marvel.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on necessarily, but that's what I've heard. That's what I heard, so.
I got this sick setup with Wald, right? So, Wald has the Meat Squasher super still. So he puts you all the way into the corner for every time, right? And then after that, you do instant air jump L, or A, I guess, and then call Tager assist, and it hits instant overhead. And you got the Tager assist to combo. So then you land, and you get the full combo out of it into like 7K. Or you can just do crouching L, and then you can actually do crouching A, crouching C, which are both lows into the 7K damage combo.
Right, yeah.
Or you can just do command grab.
So
it's crazy.
I mean, I know a lot of people have been talking about the game as like a potentially 3 out of 5 game and stuff because it is so... dangerous, right?
Maybe.
So
it is pretty dangerous.
We'll see.
I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's pretty crazy. I just feel like having a character with all of his tools, I feel like he can't be bad. He seems just like a really good character. Yeah. So anyway, a lot of fun. I guess that's it for tonight. So, oh man, we totally forgot to talk about the summit, which is this weekend.
Oh, yeah,
the Dragon Ball Fighters Summit is this weekend. Make sure that you check it out. It will be June 8th to June 10th. I'm really looking forward to watching it. I think it will come down to Sonic Fox or Goichi.
Of course. But it would be cool to have it.
It'd be great to see an upset.
Like, what if Hook Gang God showed up and was like, I've been learning another character all along, and then removes Piccolo from his team.
Amazing, dude. That'd be so sick. I really expect it to be Goichi and Fox, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Did you see the official art that's out for it?
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, someone drew all the characters, but then they made them with the faces of the players and stuff like that. It was really cool stuff. So there you go.
What stream is it going to be on?
It's going to be on the Summit stream, right? Okay. And Summit of Power, right?
Well, is that what the stream is called?
I'm just trying to... It's called the Summit of Power.
The name of the tournament, yeah.
Well, apparently there is a Twitch called Beyond the Summit.
Okay, Beyond the Summit.
I don't know if that's actually...
just click on it, see what it does.
Let's see. Summit of Power here. Do they have the stream information on smash.gg? It might just be Beyond the Summit.
Well, go click on Beyond the Summit and see like what's in their history.
Okay. Video.
Oh, it's everything. Of course, it's not.
Oh yeah, they're doing everything in here. Okay.
Is this actually just? This is Dota?
I guess so.
Because I don't think this is what we want.
Okay.
Or is it? Is this what we want? Beyond
some
Summit.
people are saying it is just going to be Beyond the Summit.
That makes sense.
So there you go. Sense. Okay. But in any case, it's going to be easy to find.
Yeah.
Especially, I'm sure if you follow Ace King Offsuit, he'll probably tweet out the schedule at some point in time with the link information and all that stuff like that. So definitely going to be some fun Dragon Ball stuff coming up this weekend. So keep an eye on that. Okay.
All right. I'll probably never load up Dragon Ball FighterZ again.
Really?
Wow,
too many other games, right? That's just really what it comes down to. There's too many other games.
I didn't even download Zamasu and the other guy.
Yeah, I haven't downloaded them yet either. I'm going to go check them out when I get a chance, but just now 30th anniversary is taking up all my time.
I'm basically taking myself out of commentary for that game.
I mean,
if there's I know, but so if there's an event like at the Dominican tournament where we did commentary,
right? Yeah.
Maybe I can still do that.
Yeah, we'll do that.
I'll never go out for it.
Yeah,
because I know that my passion is not in it, and I don't want that to be something that ruins the stream for anybody watching.
Yeah, it is going to be twitch.tv/Beyond the Summit.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so there you go. Yeah.
I think it's a good game. I just think that it occupies this weird space between the kind of things that I want in a fighting game. It's a mix of speed and slowness in just the places that I don't like it. Like it's just
right.
I feel like it lasts forever. Games just take forever sometimes, and I feel like the decision making is not fast, with the exception of when it's impossible to react.
Right. I mean, the
So
crazy.
I don't know. There's just it's. I think it's a good game. It's just not the kind of game that I want.
I wonder what Evo's gonna do, because they're gonna have to schedule a 4-hour block for the game.
Oh yeah.
Like
Top 8.
Yeah, top 8.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to schedule a 4-hour block for the game. So game takes a long time. It really, really, really does. So I still enjoy the game. I like it, but it's like I said. I haven't been able to concentrate on much. Like I said, I'm trying to learn Tekken a little bit more. I want to get back into Guilty Gear
Gotta have priorities
as well.
You know,
So
too many good games out. So.
okay.
All right.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks guys for tuning in. Thanks. Remember, I hope you guys enjoyed that little new segment that we did, where we talked about all the like little random topics like that. If you guys have any suggestions for the name of that segment, please tweet us at UltraChenTV and jchensor and UltraDavid, and also tweet us some topics that you'd like us to talk about, so that we actually have all these different things that we can debate about and argue about. And
Sounds great.
Tomo should not be one of them. So because that will
No need.
Exactly. So, okay. All right.
It is. It's long for sure. It goes long.
Yeah.
So it takes a while. Ooh, I like 5-5 matchup.